In 1887, the Hollis family moved into the Indiana countryside. George Hollis, a hard-working man of few words, had bought a patch of land cheap, too cheap. Locals said nothing, only offered awkward glances when he mentioned the property. The truth? That land, once held a schoolhouse, burned down in a night of smoke and silence. But George didn't believe in stories. He built his home there anyway. And as the walls rose, so did something older, watching. One evening, George's children wandered into the forest beyond their field. At the edge of a shallow clearing, they found something unnatural. A flat, black stone, etched with strange carvings, surrounded by knotted red twine and old dolls with button eyes. Cora said she heard humming. Benjamin felt cold. When they returned, they spoke little. But that night, Cora whispered in her sleep, "Class begins when the shadows fall." The following day, one of the family's dogs vanished. No bark, no blood, just silence. In the barn, George found his tools rearranged in unfamiliar patterns. Shapes on the floor, circles, triangles. Catherine swept them away, but that night they returned, perfectly redrawn. The lantern flickered in the dark. The horses refused to drink. Something was marking its presence. Anna, the youngest, began sleepwalking. Twice she was found at the back door, whispering to the empty night. Another time, Catherine found her sitting in the parlor at midnight, face blank, hands covered in dirt. On the wall beside her were stick figures drawn in charcoal, aligned up like a class photo. "She's teaching me," Anna whispered. "She wants us all to learn." Sheriff Dalton arrived one evening, uninvited but concerned. He spoke quietly. The land had history, dark history. Long ago, the teacher who ran the school lost her husband and child in a fire. Rumors said she'd snapped, took her class into the woods, tried to bring them back, changed. When the school burned, they found no remains, just empty desks. She was never buried, the sheriff said. Maybe she still teaches. That night, a storm swept across the valley. The clocks all stopped at 2:47 a.m. Shadows moved in the field, tall and still. Anna stood at her window, arms outstretched, whispering a rhyme. In the distance, a faint bell rang. Once, then twice. "She's calling," Anna said. "She says it's time." George had seen enough. They packed by candlelight. But before they could leave, the wind stopped. From upstairs, footsteps began, one after another, down the hallway. Then a knock at the inside of the bedroom door. When he flung it open, nothing, except a single dusty schoolbook sitting on the floor. She gave it back and said, "And they fled into the breaking dawn." The Hollis family left Indiana and never returned. The house was never sold. The field overgrew. But every October, townsfolk say, a bell rings once again from somewhere in the trees. And children sometimes speak in their sleep. "Take your seats. Class is about to begin." The halls may be silent now, but something still watches from the shadows of the schoolhouse. If you felt a chill, you're not alone. Tap the next video to uncover more real-life horror stories. And subscribe before the darkness finds you first, because some mysteries were never meant to be solved.